Hello, beautiful people. I realized that some of the concepts that I speak of, I haven't necessarily done in illustration with regards to them. So I wanted to illustrate it today. Something that will somewhat simplify and incorporate all the elements of what this here reality is, what we are as light beings, and what we are as well as fractals of source energy. So hope you enjoy this. So the illustration is this, right? Source light. I'm just gonna say a beam of light coming in this way, so let's call this source light. Source light, and this is what it's essentially white light. White light, right? So source light comes in. So reality is going to be divided into 3 segments, just like you as a person are divided into 3 segments. So the Holy Trinity or Trinity, whatever. So source light comes in. This is the first aspect, right? And then there's a prism here. Source light comes in, prism. This is ultimately you. Or the observer. Right? And then this splits or it bends that light in here, bends that light, and then the last bit is projection. Which is separation. So this is unity and this is separation, and then that goes like that. So this ultimately is going to be separated into 7 colors as we know it, rainbow colors or whatever, but this is red, orange, yellow, green in the middle, then blue, violet, and then ultraviolet. Yes. So this is separated into 7 different colors. So now what we essentially in spiritualism call ascension is going deep within yourself, moving from the reds, which is a longer wavelength, to deeper within self, to a shorter wavelength, right? So a shorter wavelength as compared to this longer wavelength. So as you go deep within yourself, what you ultimately are doing is ascending. And when the ascension point reaches equilibrium with your introspective or going deep into self, you complete all this and then you go back to unity, which is white light. This contains all. This is knowing, and this is knowledge. So basically this summarizes everything that happens. This follows, music follows the same thing with regards to harmonics, and everything else follows this blueprint. Everything comes from one, goes through the observer, and then whatever the observer resonates or vibrates then determines which frequency they experience this reality through. And then when you go deep within self, which is ascension, you ultimately combine all of these and then you go back to one. Okay, alchemists did that. So guys, ultimately, to summarize, right, everything you need to find is already within self. And as you as a prism, your perception of life determines where you vibrate, and then you become that. If you vibrate on the red spectrum, you are that. Look at everything as a frequency and not like human beings or trees or just frequencies. So whatever you vibrate, you are that. And then as you expand your perception of life, then you get to vibrate higher, which then becomes shorter wavelength within span of time. But time is relative in any way. So as you vibrate higher, you go to your ultraviolets, which then means you get to observe more within a short space of time. Your awareness grows in that regard. But when you introspect and you go deeper into self, then you get to find more, and then that is you adjoining everything to become one, from separate to oneness, and then you become source light again. I hope that makes sense.